A dime a dozen, loving doesn't make you want to stay true. But the love she provides, you would die if she decides to ignore you. The future's in her face, hard to say. If I don't change my ways, will she choose to stay? Who's to say if this love is commonplace?
Yo, what's up? Top of the morning, good afternoon, good evening, whichever applies to you. I'm back at it again. I wanted to share a quick little thought, something that crossed my mind today, man. So I'm gonna make time to share that with you real quick, if you have the time. So I was thinking about love, man, and thinking about my definition of love, how I see it, how I feel like it's manifested, how it's shown, what makes love love, you know what I'm saying? And, you know, again, my disclaimer, viewer discretion advised. You know, you feel how you feel, you can disagree, that's cool, ain't no hard feelings, but check it out. At the foundation, I feel like love is unconditional. At the very start, in my mind, love is unconditional. That means there's no conditions that'll change it, no circumstances that'll change it, you know, it'll remain consistent. There are no conditions as far as stipulations that'll change it or reshape it or reform it. I'm talking about genuine love is unconditional. Now, fake love is based on conditions, what you have, what you don't have, stipulations. If you do this, this, and this, then this person will continue to show that fake love to you. But unconditional love is real love to me, you know? And love is an amalgamation of different emotions, positive emotions, of course. It's an amalgamation, a conglomerate of different emotions like compassion, empathy, care, all the positive emotions you could think about, joy, all that, and then once manifested, because I feel as though love is an action of feeling or verb or word. Love is shown, you know? It's shown by your actions, what you do. Now, that's not to say that just because somebody does a kind deed to you, that's love. Now, if you receive it as love, then that's what it is, but you don't know the intentions of the person doing the deed for you. So therefore, if you receive it as love, that doesn't necessarily mean that it's coming from a place of love, in my opinion. But it's all on how you see it, how you choose to feel it, accept it. It's all on you. So that being said, love to me is action, what's done. You see what I'm saying? Hold on, across the street. It's a beautiful day out here, man, you know? Hopefully it's the same wherever you at. But yeah, love is an action. It's the movement, what's manifested from that feeling. You see what I'm saying? Hey, you wanna know something that's crazy? You wanna know something funny? I'm about to trip you out. I feel like hate is necessary for you to know what you love. You know what I'm saying? What you are willing to manifest on behalf of or for, whether it's just for yourself. You know what I'm saying? For example, if you hate being broke, you know what I'm saying? That feeling of hate or that strong dislike will spur you to do something opposite of, you know? So you're gonna gain what you're missing because you know what you hate. You see what I'm saying? If you love your children or you have love for somebody, genuine love, unconditional love, you would hate anything bad happening to that person. You would hate them being in terrible circumstances. That hate, you know what I'm saying, is a not so good feeling to have, but it's necessary to know and determine what you love. So, and then hate meaning of things, not of people. Like you shouldn't hate people, but you might hate what they do, you know what I'm saying? Or hate how they carry themselves. But don't hate that person because you're not the judge whether a person is worthy of love or hate as a person. Now their actions, you can determine whether that's something that's conducive to you, you know, continuing to show love at the beginning or the outstart, or whatever the case may be. But that hate is necessary to know what is love, what you love, what you care for. Because everything has an opposite. And they work in conjunction, though they're opposing, you know what I'm saying? Though they're contrary to each other, they're working on behalf of the balance of the world or the universe. So therefore, if there's love, there has to be hate. So anybody that be like, I don't hate nothing, I don't got no hate for nothing, I'll have to question your sincerity, because there has to be something that you have strong disdain or dislike for. You know, and if that's the case, if you don't hate nothing, what do you love? And your strong feeling, your strong conviction about that love will make you hate anything that threatens to destroy that love or threatens to, you know what I'm saying, discredit or dirty up or, you know, kill or stifle that love. So, I mean, love is a powerful thing, man. And back to what I believe as far as what makes love love. It's an amalgamation of different, love is not just one thing. Though it's solid, it remains unwavering, it remains consistent, it remains never changing. You know what I'm saying? It's still made up, in my mind, of many different positive feelings and emotions. You know, it's not just like love is just love by itself, aside from sympathy, aside from compassion, aside from joy, aside from, you know, deep affection or care. I feel like it's all those things in one. And what makes it powerful is because it's very versatile, though stable. You know, because anything that's unconditional, it doesn't matter the circumstances, it doesn't matter the stipulations, none of that matters. You know, there's a disagreement, unconditional love or real love still remains. You feel me? If there's even in misunderstandings, the love still remains. You know, you might not understand, but if the love is conditional, then you know the love remains. You see what I'm saying? Whether a person has or doesn't have, unconditional love remains. You know. So I'm saying that to say, that being said, many different positive emotions is love. And it's shown how it's manifested. Because if I have sympathy, sincere sympathy, you know, genuine sympathy, and I chose to feel that sympathy for you, that love would allow me to, you know, possibly present another option to help you not be in a position where I'm sympathetic. You know what I'm saying? Or give you something that'll help you raise up. You know what I'm saying? Better your position. It's the action. The love is the action. You know what I'm saying? You know how people be like, I got love for you. You know what I'm saying? Or they showing love. Not always monetarily can love be shown. You know what I'm saying? That's not the only way to show love. But I do believe that love is manifested by way of action, what is done. You know? And then also love is with how you see it, what you make of it. So your definition of love will determine if the action that is done by another will be received in love. You know? Of course you dictate how you move, who you show love to, and all that, of course. But I'm talking about as far as receiving it, knowing when to accept it as such, as love, you know? Your definition of love determines that. And I feel like anything that's positive, if it's done on your behalf, it should be received in love if it's positive. And that being said, that doesn't mean that should spur you to jump out of the water to overexert yourself to return what was done immediately. Like you can return that love in time because love is timeless. Unconditional love is timeless. So what's given will be returned in time. You know, you don't have to just because that's how people will deceive you. Some people will give just to take something more. You know, they'll give you something. It's like a booby trap, and then you accept it. You know, and now they got a time limit on when they want back what they gave you. That wasn't given in love, and their time will reveal that. Time will show you that. Time will show you that. They're doing construction, man. They hella loud. Let me go this way. Yes, indeed. Yeah, man, I'm on the way to the store. I'm about to grab some water because I love myself, you know? And hydration is the act of love that's proven that I love myself. So I know it, you know what I'm saying? Me, myself, and I know it, so it's all good. And that's what I'm trying to tell you. Love is manifested. Love is what's shown. And I'm not talking about surface good deeds because anybody could fake love that way. And if you base your love or what you believe love is, if you base it on what somebody's doing for you as far as monetarily, materially, what position they could put you in, all that, you'll be deceived every time because you think the person with the most resources, because they give you a little piece of their resource, that's love. You know, you could receive it as love, like, oh, that's love, man, that's love. Because the act was done, of course, obviously. Like, they did give you something that probably bettered your situation, but to automatically think that that person is giving it to you out of love, that's where we get it misconstrued. Because again, love is a amalgamation, a conglomerate of many different positive emotions. You know what I'm saying? So your enemy will give you something, a concession, and you would think if your definition of love is what material is being given, what resources being lent, and all that, you would think that that's love, and they're doing it out of love, but really they have so much to give, they can give you that, and then they know that your mentality or definition is skewed, so you respond, you know what I'm saying, the way they want you to respond, meaning you'll be more passive, or you'll be more, you know, docile, and you'll be more low. And then they got you right where they want you. Now you're vulnerable because anybody that has the resources to feed you, they also have the ability to starve you, you know? And the only reason they would starve you is because they didn't have no love for you in the first place. So really they gave you food to put you in a more vulnerable position because you're now dependent, because you believed it was real love. You see what I'm saying? And then that also applies to when you're dealing with, of course, men and women when they're doing their thing, and then somebody be like, hey man, I think I love you. You know, I think what we should start doing, I'm not trying to mess the game up, because real representatives of that love will be able to express and lay down why they're saying what they're saying. They'll be able to prove, not just by words, but by action, you know what I'm saying, why that love is there, why it's unconditional love. But I think what we should start doing is, if that ever comes up in conversation, ask. Get the person to expound why. Why is it you love me? What's your definition of love, you know? Why is this the case? Why you feel like that? You see? And then not to say that their definition should be exactly what mine is, but hear them out, you know what I'm saying? Have love in your ears, you know what I'm saying, when you listening. That way you can receive in all sincerity what they're putting down. And then in honesty, if it don't add up to what you feel like it is, then y'all see right there that you're not compatible, you know? You're not on the same page. And that's not to hate that person. That's not like you gotta now hate them, or, you know, just know that as far as love is concerned, they threw it in the mix to possibly get something, to gain something, you know? Because real love, genuine love, you know what I'm saying, is not based on what is done for you, you know what I'm saying, what is said, you know what I'm saying? It's based on the consistency in that unconditional love. No matter when circumstances change, you still remain, you know what I'm saying? When competition arises or something like that, if there's real love, genuine love, unconditional love, it won't change. It'll still remain the same thing, you know? It's not like a bidding war. Your love shouldn't be a bidding war where somebody is doing more for you, so therefore you love them because they're doing more. You know? Love should encompass all things. Like, whatever you love, you should be willing to die for. Whatever you love, you should be willing to die for. If you cannot say that, then that's not love to me. That's not love, because, again, love, when you know what you love, genuinely love, you know what you hate. Because anything that threatens that love, you have to, considering the balance of the world, the universe, you have to hate that which is trying to destroy what you love. You know what I'm saying? Or that which tries to cripple your love. You should hate that naturally. Not the person, but I'm talking about the deeds done by that person attempting to destroy the love that you have. You know, man, because I be trying to proceed in all love, bro, and it comes to a time and place, you know what I'm saying, where the love shown needs to be reserved. Not that you're not still a loving person, but you have to know the proper place when to express that love, show that love, demonstrate that love. You know what I'm saying? You got to pick the proper time and proper place, because people do take advantage of your love, bro. And that's a reality. That's a reality. So if you're wise with your love, you identify and know, you know what I'm saying, what love is to you, what you do love, you'll be able to guard against that which tries to threaten that love. You see what I'm saying? You'll know what you hate. And hate is just a passionate feeling of strong dislike. You know what I'm saying? So you shouldn't hate a person per se, but just hate the deeds of a person that's trying, again, to cripple that love, to stifle that love. You know? Because being real, every human being has something that they hate. I'm not talking about people. Like there's something that you strongly dislike, you know what I'm saying, that you're not trying to see occur, that you don't want to happen, you know what I'm saying, whatever the case. There are things that people strongly dislike. And if you say you don't, you a liar. You know, you're trying to seem like you're holier than thou, or you're higher than, you know what I'm saying, human emotions or whatever, because we all have those emotions. I was going through the maze in the street just now, man. I had to get across, but cars start coming out of nowhere. Probably because my face in this phone right now, but hey. But anyways, I made it across safely, you know what I'm saying? And check this out though. Once you identify what you love, what you're willing to unconditionally love, that right there will entail what you're willing to do to keep that love thriving, to keep it alive, you know? Now that being said, for love, unconditional love, you'll be willing to sacrifice. And that's a big thing when speaking about love, unconditional love, genuine love, how I see it, of course. And then you shape your definition of it as well. But when it comes to your love, which should be unconditional, you'll know what is necessary to do to keep that love intact. And sometimes sacrifice is what needs to be done. Not just monetarily. Of course, that is a possibility as well, but I'm talking about time sometimes. You know what I'm saying? Your position or your stance on certain things. You see what I'm saying? You have to sacrifice at times for the sake of love, to prove or demonstrate that love. You know, because again, love is timeless. So though you cannot enact what you thought you needed to enact on behalf of love at that time, there will come a time where you'll be able to enact that, or when it's necessary to enact that. But you got to sacrifice in that moment the desire or urge to demonstrate that love, you know? You're sacrificing the time at that moment because time proceeds, it keeps going. And if, as I said, if you believe what I just said, love is timeless, so therefore there'll come a time where you'll be able to demonstrate that love. So, yeah. Love is very important for anything to be sustained, to be maintained, because love will have you devoted. It'll have you showing devotion, dedication. It'll have you wanting to remain persistent, consistent. I feel as though love evokes all positivity out of human beings, you know? It evokes all positivity, all the positive qualities, all the positive feelings that you associate with happiness, with joy, with prosperity, with enjoyment. All that contributes to love, you know what I'm saying? All that makes up love. It's a conglomerate of all positive feelings, you know, and then once manifested, that is love. You are now showing love, you're demonstrating love, you know? So it's very important to not only cultivate, once you identify what is worthy of your love, what you see love as and how you demonstrate it, once you realize all those things, it becomes important to cultivate it, to keep it thriving, to water it, nurture it, because you'll run the risk of becoming disillusioned to the point where instead of wanting to manifest that love, instead of wanting to manifest and demonstrate that love, you'll lean more toward the side of discontent, malcontent. You'll lean more toward the hate, because you're still searching for what you honestly love, and then those who show you false love, you're thinking that's love, you know what I'm saying? And then you try to adopt their way of showing love, so you think, you know, what happened, what wrong? Maybe I did something wrong, or whatever the case may be, but not knowing you haven't identified what you feel like is worthy of your love. And once you do that, you'll be strongly readily able to identify, excuse me, that didn't make no sense. You'll be ready to identify, is what I'm trying to say, what you're opposed to, what you hate. You know what I'm saying? It'll be easier for you to know exactly what to guard against, to cultivate the love. Once you come to the conclusion about that love, you know what I'm saying? What you love, who you love. Hold on. Jackhammer, man. Hey, stay with me. Bear with me. Hold on. Turned down the wrong block. You know what I'm saying? Just my luck, they doing construction on the street, like jackhammering. You know what I'm saying? I came down here yesterday. They wasn't doing none of, I ain't see none of these trucks set up. But it's all love though. It's all love, it's all good, all positivity. I'm not tripping. But yeah, love is very extremely important. For anything to be sustained once built, protected once built, that's what we're lacking. Besides love for self, unconditional love for self, no matter the circumstance, the stipulation, whatever. Once we begin to nurture that self-love, of course, you know, and go back to one of my other videos about the difference between self-love and self-hate, and I break down the importance of self-love. So that being said, once we've done that and cultivated that, we'll be able to manifest it when we identify as a part of something that we're willing to be devoted to or dedicated to, you know, and then the love should remain just as it is with you, unconditional. So no matter the stipulation, the circumstances, it shouldn't change. So then that being said, therein lies your allegiance, your devotion, your dedication. You see what I'm saying? Therein lies what you're willing to die for, protect, cultivate, nurture, you know, for the sake of that love. Now, again, I have to express this. The crazy thing about love is there is an artificial version of it that people utilize to mislead, deceive, steal, you know what I'm saying? To misguide, you know? That's a reality. That's a part of life. But again, trust your observation. And I feel as though intuitively, because love is based in emotion. Love is based in emotion. Though it's an action, in my mind, it's action was done. You know what I'm saying? How it's manifested. But it starts as an emotion, a mixture of emotions. You know what I'm saying? A amalgamation of emotions, positive emotions. So that being said, intuitiveness is important because you have to trust that feeling that you have in you, telling you that something feels right. Now, that's not to say that you won't be misled by that feeling at times, but the unconditional love you have for yourself will let you know that we all make mistakes, you know what I'm saying? And as long as you're willing to learn and understand and develop and build on the understanding that you currently have, you'll be able to bounce back from that person showing false love. You'll be able to bounce back. You see what I'm saying? You'll be able to spring back. Matter of fact, you'll be able to jump back up into the world, you know what I'm saying, into life, not being so hard on yourself, but still self-analyzing and realizing that, okay, that was fake love, the feeling felt good, you know, but, you know, now I see that I could be deceived by, you know, things presented to me, given to me. That being said, there's a possibility it may occur again, but again, love don't change. Unconditional love don't change. You know what I'm saying? It don't change. If you love you, the love for you should not change, no matter your setback, you know what I'm saying, what happened, what didn't happen, what should have happened, what was said, what wasn't said, all that. It shouldn't change no matter what. And that's where it's gonna start, you know what I'm saying? Before you can manifest externally love, unconditional love, you have to first have it for yourself. Because again, you can't manifest what's not in you to manifest. You know what I'm saying? If it's not in you to be blank, 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 you will not produce the fruits indicating that you are blank, blank, blank. You know what I'm saying? So once you have it for yourself, you consolidate that, solidify that, confirm that, you know what I'm saying? Once you go through life, have your bumps and bruises, you know what I'm saying, your trips and scrapes and all that, and you heal and all that, you will in time, because again, love is unconditional and it's timeless, you will get around people who also have that unconditional love for self and want to express that or share that with you. Because again, to me, love is sharing. Love is caring. I know you heard that cliche before, you know, love is sharing, love is caring. I really believe that. Love is sharing, Love, and again, not just materially either. I'm talking about whether that's understanding, knowledge, experience, joy, humor, love. You sharing those things, because it's out of love. It's unconditional. It don't change. You know what I'm saying? Things might come against love to try to quiet love down, shut love down, but love being unconditional, love knows when to be manifested, when not to be manifested, when to show itself, when not to show itself, when to be demonstrated, when not to be demonstrated. Love is like the truth. It remains the same no matter what. It's constant, consistent. You know what I'm saying? It's just deciding when to present that consistency. Because if you're in a situation where love don't exist, you know what I'm saying, where the feeling or the energy of hatred thrives, that might not be the time to shed that light of love, because one of you outnumbered and the consensus feeling is hatred. You will be attacked, you'll probably be vilified, demonized, lied on, all that. That's not the place, that's not the time, but still keep it within you, that unconditional feeling of love for self. Keep that within you, manifest that among yourself by staying, continuing to build yourself, drinking water, exercising, keeping your mind strong, that's still manifesting love. In my opinion, investing in yourself. You see what I'm saying? So, that being said, oh, another block down, let's throw down that one. That being said, man, when dealing with others, bro, that's what makes it important. Love, again, I'm not trying to mess up nobody program or nothing like that. It's all love. What I'm saying is, real representatives will be able to express and expound when asked why, you know what I'm saying? And they won't get offended. They won't let their ego get in the way, because everybody's entitled to ask. Everybody has the right to ask. How you answer, that's your right to answer accordingly, how you decide to answer. And then also it is that person's right upon hearing the answer to respond how they feel like they need to respond. So again, if you're not being phony or fake, what I'm saying ain't gonna destroy or disrupt what you got going on. But I really believe when we're dealing with each other, you should get people to expound on what, if they say that word out their mouth and they be like, man, girl, I love you, or so and so, I love you. Okay, what that mean? Break it down to me. What that mean to you? Like, how you feel love is, being felt right now. Like, what you saying right now to me? Is that, is it because of what I did, or what? Get them to break it down, because that'll silence a lot of confusion. That will cease a lot of confusion, not being on the right page, wrong page, because people really believe that marriages, entanglements, relationships, all that are founded in love, and come to the sad reality that it was never based in love. And if you're going and proceeding hoping that you're investing in something that is filled with love and positivity and good times and upward mobility, understanding that hard times do come to everybody, but again, unconditional love will be able to weather any storm. So if you're believing that it's love in the relationship, you're believing that you'll be able to weather any storm, not knowing that the person that you're in this situation with, or the people you're in this situation with, don't have that same love. You see? Because it's very possible and practical as well to not only have unconditional love, for the person that you're involved in a relationship with, but also unconditional love for the plan that's been set in motion. Unconditional love meaning no matter what happened, we still going for that. Unwavering, we not changing. That's the mission. That's what we looking toward. That's what we trying to go. That's what it is. So what I'm saying is your unconditional love for the plan, for the goal, for the program, for the principles, whatever, will have you remain, or will allow you to remain devoted, dedicated, committed, you know what I'm saying, despite the rocky times or the tribulations or the hard times. But again, if unconditional love is not involved in the situation, it's going to go bad. And that's where most people become disillusioned in their relationship, their marriages, their entanglements, whatever the case may be. However you choose to cut it up, chop it up. That's where things get rocky, because people believe one thing, they don't understand how the other person understands. If it's love, that's the reason that things fell apart. The one person that's disillusioned does not understand how the other person understands what love to be, or what love is. So once you come to that common ground and you're hoping that your relationship will thrive based in love, come to the understanding about what love is. Not only to you, first understand within yourself, but then ask the person that you're planning or in a relationship with, ask them what it is too. And it's a cool conversation, because if it's love involved, they're not gonna get offended by you asking what love is. They'll be able to expound to you. They'll be able to explain and express to you. Because love is expressed, is expressive, it's manifested, it's shown. You know what I'm saying? Love is all those things. Love is all those things and more, you know? It remains the same, never change, you know what I'm saying? Staying consistent, staying persistent, you know? And it's not, y'all gonna get me twisted too, but I'm gonna just say this, and I'm gonna go ahead, because the store right here, I'm about to go ahead and grab what I need to grab. But it's okay to embrace the feeling of hate, not for a person, but the deeds done by a person or a people or a community or a tribe. It's okay to feel that, because that's human nature to feel that. Now, I'm not saying be a hateful person. Be positive, look for the silver lining, be optimistic, give people the benefit of the doubt to an extent. But if you recognize that somebody's beating you over the head and then you let them slide, then you come around, they apologize, they beat you over the head again, then you forgive them again, then they come around you again, they apologize again, they beat you over the head again. If you keep on going down that path, you have to learn to hate the deeds of this person if you don't hate that person, you know? Don't hate the person. I'm not advocating hate for people or a person, but I'm saying you can hate the deeds of a particular person. If it's a detriment to your love of self, love of what you know what I'm saying? Protecting what you love, whatever the case may be. It's okay. Embrace it, because you'll be lying to yourself if you said right now that you don't find something that if you can't find something that you hate. You lying. You lying. But what I advocate is allowing the love to overpower that hate, so then therefore you'll be willing to protect whatever, protect the love no matter what. And you'll destroy or come against anything that's attempting to destroy that love, therefore hating that which hates your love. You know what I'm saying? But I'm gonna leave it right there and go in the stuff. Have a good one. I hope everybody's getting everything they feel as though they deserve in this day. I hope justice is meeting you at your front door or wherever you find yourself. You know, yeah, all love.
You remain frozen as you notice he's growing more controlling. Shift your attention on another brother presenting a different notion. As I think back to the times we were vibing, you were open-minded, now it's closing. Tainted by the current situation you chosen. Let me revitalize the essence you're suppressing inside. Before you categorize us all as dogs, fight the urge to stall and move on. Don't hesitate to give me a call.